Hello, and this is Simple Math for you. Our lesson is Solving One-Step Inequalities Part 2. أهلا بكم في Simple Math for you، ودرسنا اليوم هو حل المتباينات بخطوة واحدة الجزء الثاني. Let's solve these exercises that relate verbal expressions to inequalities. Match each inequality with its corresponding statement. 3 times, let's read, 3 times a number is at most 9. 3 times a number, 3 times a number, so 3 times a number we call it n, is at most 9. At most means everything will be less than or equal to that number. على الأكثر 9. 3 ضرب رقم معين على الأكثر 9. So على الأكثر 9 معناها everything will be below than or equal to that 9. And that means 3n is less than or equal to 9. This will match to that. Perfect. Let's see number 2. 1/3, so 1/3 of a number times a number is no more than. No more than means what? No more than. No more than will be less than or equal. ليست أكثر من، فممكن تكون أصغر أو يساوي التسعة. So 1/3 less than or equal, then this is 5 as well. This is number 5. Okay, let's see C. -3, so -3, we know how it's -3 times ضرب a number n is more than 9, more than only أكبر من 9. More than 9. So -3 and more than 9, which is 4 as well. So we are here. D. 3 times a number, 3 times a number is less than 9. أصغر من 9. Also no equal. So 3 and less than 9. So it will be matching with 1 here. And this is correct. -3 times a number is at least 9. على الأقل 9. At least. So everything will be more than or equal to 9. It can be 9 or more. على الأقل. So this will match with number 6. And finally, 1/3 of a number, 1/3 of a number times a number is greater than or equal to, أكبر من أو يساوي 9. So this is remaining with 5. So A will match with number 3, B with number 5, C with number 4, D with number 1, E with number 6, and F with number 5. This is the summary of what we were discussing. Now, we will use these techniques now to define a variable, write an inequality, and solve each problem. هنترجم ونحل المتباينة. 7 more than a number. More than أكثر من 7 more. So 7 plus a number. We will assume the number X, N, B, whatever. I will assume it X. Is less than or equal, so less than or equal to -20. This is how we defined a variable. We call it X, and more mean plus or increased by or added to, as we have done previously in chapter 2. And now we will solve the inequality. We can take the 7 to the other side, so it will be -7. So our X is less than or equal to -27. So the number will be less than or equal to -27. Now 20 less than a number. So we have a number n. 20 is less than that number. So we will write n minus 20 is at least 15. على الأقل 15. So it's more than or equal to 15. And we will solve it. It's one-step inequality. So n is more than or equal to 35. Number 3, a number plus 2. So a number, let's say y plus 2 is at most 5. على الأكثر 5. So it will be less than or equal to 5. So at most mean less than or equal. At least more than or equal. And I'll take this 2, 5 minus 2, which is 3. 1/8 of a number, so 1/8 of a number times a number is no more than. No more than means what? Less than or equal. ليست أكثر من، فإذا أقل من أو يساوي 3. Now, how can I solve this? We will multiply by the reciprocal, which is 8 here, 8/1, which is 8 actually. To cancel that, and n less than or equal to 24. No switching the sign because we are not multiplying by a negative number. The product حاصل ضرب product of 5 and a number I call it x, is minimum minus 30. Minimum means what? على الأقل أدنى قيمة minus 30. So everything will be more than or equal to minus 30. And I will solve it by dividing by 5. And I am not dividing by a negative number, so I will not switch the sign. I'm dividing by a positive number, so this will be more than or equal to -6. Now we were able to translate. هيك ترجمنا إلى مسائل، إلى متباينات كلامية. Now let's go to real life application. Sarah and friends order a pizza. Sarah eats 3 parts out of 8. So 3 out of 8 slices. And she pays 24. Out of what? Out of the total amount. Assuming that Sarah has paid at least her share, write and solve an inequality to find the cost of the pizza. So she will share the money according to what? The quantity that she has eaten. So she has eaten 3/8 or 3 parts out of 8 of the total amount. So 3 out of 8 out of the total amount. At least she paid at least, so more than or equal to the 24, the amount of money that she has paid. So I will translate it into an equality, 3/8 times the total that I don't know, so I'll call it T, let's say, or X or whatever, more than or equal to 24, and I will solve this inequality by multiplying by the reciprocal. So T is more than or equal over 3/1 over 3/8, so it's 64. So the amount, or the total cost of the pizza is 64 dirhams. Question number 2, related to weather. Theodore of the University of Chicago developed a classification of tornadoes according to wind speed and damage. للأعاصير. The table shows the classification system. This is classification, تصنيف للأعاصير حسب شدتها، حسب سرعتها. So these are the names and the speed. Here is the speed in miles per hour according to the name specified. Write and solve an inequality to represent the amount of increase in wind speed for the F3 tornado with winds of 162 miles per hour to become F4 tornado. Okay. So we have originally 162 wind, and we want to increase it, or we want to know how much it should be increased, it should be added to reach the next level, other level of tornado, which is what? F4. F4 is starting by 207, right? 207 is F4 tornado. So what shall we do now? 162 is added to a certain amount to be at least 207, because F4 starts with 207. So to start this new level, it should reach at least the 207. And we will solve this inequality. We'll take the 162 here. So 207 minus 162, and it will be 45. That means the solution. We can write the solution, by the way, as a solution set x such that x is more than or equal to 45, which means the wind speed would have to increase at least 45 miles per hour for an F3 tornado with winds of 162 miles per hour to become an F4 tornado. Let's do the last example. Write and solve an inequality to represent how much greater a tornado with speeds that are at least 158 miles per hour is than the lowest tornado. Slowest or the lowest. How much is the slowest? Slowest start by 40 here. So the slowest is 40. How much we need to add to this slowest to be 158? So the same thing, we will do 40. We will add amount. Yani y is how much greater the tornado with wind speed that are at least 158 miles per hour and at least mean greater than or equal to 158, and I will solve this inequality by subtracting 40 both sides. So 158 minus 40, which is at least 118. We can say the solution is y such that y is more than or equal 118. This is the solution. What does this mean in terms of the text of the problem? Means the tornado with wind speed that are at least 158 miles per hour is at least 118 miles per hour greater than the slowest tornado. With that, we finish this lesson. I hope you enjoyed. Thank you all. شكرا لكم وإلى اللقاء.